fix something first.
Shabbat Shalom to everyone. We're going to give you a few seconds to tune in. I don't know if you're receiving this feed from YouTube or the Adat Ariel website, adatariel.org, or if you are on Facebook, trusty old, somewhat reliable Facebook. But either way, we are so delighted that you are joining us. And as Cantor Aronoff and I were saying, we are so glad it is Shabbat. It's been a long week. We need this. We want to sing and connect and put aside all of the busy admin stuff that needs to be done and just say, let's praise God. Let's remember that we have a wonderful, wonderful cultural heritage of Judaism to save us when we feel down or disconnected. And let's get to singing and praising. And there's also a special celebration this long weekend. There's a certain bar mitzvah boy who is going to be beaming at you at some point with his family. We'll tell you more about that when we get there, but stay tuned. We're very excited. This is a lovely family. So Cantor Aronoff, I do believe you wanted to give a little Yedid Nefesh.
Indeed. But first, I just want to say, when you said adatariel.org, you know what I heard? adatariel.porg.
You need to make a t-shirt for that. This is page 10, if you're following in this book.
Nine
Yedid Nefesh, and that tune always makes me feel good and better and ready for Shabbat.
Yes, I needed that tune as well. I didn't know I needed it until it happened, and then I just felt different. So thank you. I'm a big fan of Yedid Nefesh and that tune particularly. Are we going to now have a Lechu Neranena, page 11 to 12?
Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Naria, naria, letzori shenu, nekadma pana b'toda. Naria, naria, letzori shenu, bismillah, naria la. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Ki el gadol Adonai, umel gadol kol Elohim, asher biyado mechkeri haaretz v'torim, lo asher lo yazem. Ki hu Eloheinu v'anachnu amrinu Elohim. Arba'im shana akut bidor, va'omaram to'e levavim, vehem lo yadu derachai, asher nishbati be'api, im yavo'un el menuchati. Continuing on the next page, 13. Shir l'Adonai shir chadash, shir l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shir l'Adonai baruch hu shemo v'asrumi aliyah, shir tosapu v'goyim. Od yadar levanav od yadar levinasham. And we are now on page 14 at the arrow. Yismechu hashamayim. Whoops. La 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 once again. Hashamayim v'tageh la'aretz yiram hayam umelowo yismechu hashamayim v'tageh la'aretz yiram hayam umelowo yana nai 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 yana nai 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 yana nai 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 yana nai 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 yana nai 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 yana nai 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 yismechu hashamayim v'tageh la'aretz yiram hayam umelowo yismechu hashamayim v'tageh la'aretz yiram hayam umelowo yana nai 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 yana nai 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 yana nai 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 yana nai 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 yana nai 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 yana nai 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 ya alos שדי וכל אשר בו, אז ירננו כל עצי יער, לפני אדוני קיווה לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק, ועמים באמונתו.
I hope you like our visual aid there for haaretz. We have all of haaretz represented in front of us right there.
By the way, I love his kippah. And the fact that he's actually wearing it. Very cute. We are now going to turn to page 21 for Mizmor LeDavid. Okay. How about L'chadodi, Rabbi Yarkon? Does that sound good?
I am all for it. And I believe it is on page 21, all the way to, 23 to 25. It's a long but worthwhile, beautiful prayer. And we officially welcome in the Shabbat. There's several things we do to welcome Shabbat, and this is really the first one where we imagine her entering our hearts and homes, and we will stand up towards the end to bow to her and give her the respect she truly deserves.
Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shem u'tiferet ve'litila lechadodi ligrat kala yananai 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 le'shabbat lekabela oy ve'izmir lechadodi ligrat kala yalalai 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 le'shabbat lekabela likrat Shabbat לכו ונלכה כי היא מקור ברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, יללי, 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 בני שבת נקבלה, איי, 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 לך דודי לקראת קלה, ינני, 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 בני שבת נקבלה, מקדש מלך, עיר מלוכה, קומי צאי מתוך ההפיכה, רב לך שבת בימי קבחה, והוא יחמול עלייך אמלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, ינני, 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 בני שבת נקבלה, איי, 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 לך דודי לקראת קלה, ינני, 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 בני שבת נקבלה, התנערי מעפר קומי, לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי, על יד בן ישי בית הלחמי, קורבה אל נפשי גאלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, ינני, 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 בני שבת נקבלה, אוי, 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 לך דודי לקראת קלה, יללי, 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 בני שבת נקבלה, התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך ומאורי, אורי, אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, לך דודי לקראת קלה, יללי, 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 בני שבת נקבלה, איי, 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 לך דודי לקראת קלה, יללי, 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 בני שבת נקבלה, לך, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה, לך, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה, לה, לה, לך, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה, לך, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה, לא תבושי ולא תקלמי, ותשתוכחי ומתאמי, בך יחסו עניי עמי, ונבנתה עיר על תלה, לה, לה, לך, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה, לך, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה, והיו למשיסה שוסייך, ורחקו כל מבלייך, יסיס עלייך אלוהייך, כמסוס חתן על כלה, לה, לה, לך, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה, לך, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה, ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, ואת אדוני תעריצי, על יד איש בן פרצי, ונשמחה ונגילה, לה, 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 לך, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה, לך, לך דודי לקראת קלה, פני פני לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. לך לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. לה לה, לך לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. לך לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה.
Good Shabbos to the Sabbath bride who has graced us with our presence. And Toda Rabba Kanta Aronoff for both of those melodies and the nice modulation. Don't think we didn't notice. You went up a semitone or even a tone. It was delightful. So well done there. I'm really in the mood now to praise Shabbat with Mizmor LeDavid Tov LeHodot LaDonai.
Okie dokie.
Which, and by the way, you can be seated. If you were standing and then you sat, you can be seated and stay seated now. We're on page 27.
Mizmor shir leyom HaShabbat, tov leodot Adonai, ulezamer leshimcha elyon, ulezamer leshimcha elyon. Mizmor shir leyom HaShabbat, tov leodot Adonai, ulezamer leshimcha elyon, ulezamer leshimcha elyon. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות. עלי אסור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. Segue, we go right on to Tzadik Katamar, which is on the next page. It's at the arrow. Tzadik Katamar yifrach, yifrach, Tzadik Katamar yifrach. Woo! Tzadik Katamar yifrach, yifrach, Tzadik Katamar yifrach. Woo! Ke'eres balvanon yiske, ke'eres balvanon yiske, ke'eres balvanon yiske, yiske. Ke'eres balvanon yiske, ke'eres balvanon yiske, ke'eres balvanon yiske, yiske. Tzadik Katamar yifrach, yifrach, Tzadik Katamar yifrach. Tzadik Katamar yifrach, yifrach, Tzadik Katamar yifrach. Ke'eres balvanon yiske, ke'eres balvanon yiske, ke'eres balvanon yiske, yiske. Ke'eres balvanon yiske, ke'eres balvanon yiske, ke'eres balvanon yiske, yiske.
Shakoach Kanta Aronoff for a delightful Kabbalat Shabbat. Thank you so much for just re-injecting energy into my Friday. I was running out and you've just given me that oomph I needed to get higher. We're going to, on a high, and this is why we put it at this point in the service, channeling that light, that warmth, that radiance. We're going to put that into practice by lighting the Shabbos candles. And we have a very special guest. We have the mother of our bar mitzvah boy. I told you there'd be a bar mitzvah this weekend, and it is a special Labor Day weekend. So Nathan's bar mitzvah is on Monday morning, which is super exciting. And Tamar Marvin is going to lead us in the blessing and the candle lighting. so that she can light the way for her family and take that extra recognition that this is a really special Shabbat. So gather you round, all ye Marvins who wish to partake in this. And I see Jeff is there as well. In your own time, my lovely people, feel free to kindle the lights of Shabbat. We will bless with you, and anyone else at home, you're welcome to play along in your own homes.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת.
Amen.
Shabbat
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
And so lovely to hear your voices. Wow. Seriously, this is a lovely, lovely Shabbat. While we have you there, we want to also give you the opportunity at this time, now that you've bathed your house in light, to now just really kind of, shower Nathan with your love and appreciation by presenting him with a little gift that he will be using on the day of his bar mitzvah. So back over to Jeff and Tamar, and Nathan, just stand there looking super cute.
Okay, tonight, Nathan, we present to you your talit. It is for you to use at the beginning of your journey as a Jewish adult and to carry with you and use throughout your life. This talit will wrap around you in times of joy and in times of difficulty. It will, God willing, enclose you with the life partner that you will choose.
It will see you through the varied seasons of life, reminding you of the significance of striving towards and growing in mitzvot. May be with you through many smachot, joyous occasions.
Show us, show us.
We're trying not to light it on fire.
Yeah, that would be bad.
They might not like the first one. What?
Okay. There you go.
Wow.
It suits you. You look so badly and older and grown, such a young adult. You're going to wear it proudly, and we can't wait to get to hear more from you. So Nathan, stick around and just amen to those beautiful words there. So you can sit back down again. I'm going to offer up just a few words of Torah, and then we are going to have our Mariv section of the service. So let me just double check that I've no longer spotlighted the Marvin family, who will then otherwise just be hanging around awkwardly. So that you can now sit down again, have yourselves a cuppa, etc. So I think we are in the right place. Ha 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 ha. Make sure that I've unpinned your video. Yes, okay, all is good. So, yes, we have such a lovely opportunity for me to share something that I absolutely love. I don't know if you will know this about me. Probably you do if you've hung around with me. But I love to curse. Oh, yes, I do. Kanta Aronoff is smiling to herself because she is in many meetings with me and she hears me cursing all the time. Now, I'm desperately trying to cut it down so that I don't raise Jonah to be a potty mouth. But it is my nature to curse. And that's why Parshat Ki Tavo is a delight for me, because we get the juiciest, meatiest curses. But it's very strange and not the type of cursing that I'm really alluding to. In chapter 27 of Devarim, there's an elaborate ceremony that the Israelites are going to enact after they've crossed the Jordan River to enter the land of Israel. They're not yet there. But as part of the ceremony, a list of curses will be written on stone and then declared on a local mountaintop. And the Israelites are going to hear them read out loud and say, Amen. And there's 12 of them. And it's going to take place in lines 15 to 26. And that's also interesting that there's only 12. Because there's so many different types of curses. And we have to wonder, well, what do these 12 have in common? And why do these acts incur a curse, but not others? And also I want to just at this stage, before I share the curses, cover your ears, also give a lot of credit to Rabbi Joel Levy at the Conservative Yeshiva for pointing this out to me. But here are the 12 curses. Cursed be one who makes an engraved or molten image and sets it up in secret. Cursed be he who dishonors his father or mother. Cursed be he who removes his neighbor's landmark. Cursed be he who makes the blind to wander out of the way. Cursed be he who perverts the judgment of the stranger, widow, or orphan. Cursed be he, and then there's 4 kind of sexual ones there, so we'll go to number 10. Cursed be the person who strikes his neighbor secretly. Cursed be he who takes a bribe to slay an innocent. And cursed be he who does not maintain all of the words of this Torah to do them. Now, those 12 they all seem very, very important, very much like, yeah, those would absolutely deserve a person to be cursed because these are horrible acts. But again, why these and not others? This is where we go to the Rashbam, who is the grandson of Rashi, that great medieval French commentator, who picks up on something that comes up more than once, which is the fact that these are all acts that can easily be done in private. They are secret. We even heard the word secret there twice. Cursed be the one who strikes his neighbor secretly, and cursed be someone who makes a molten image and sets it up in secret. So that is our key. All right, but big deal. What's so special about these acts that can be done in secret? Well, next week's Parsha has the verse, the secret things belong to the Lord our God, but the things that are revealed belong to us and to our children forever. So that belonging to us is, i.e., anything that's public. Public sins and crimes can be dealt with by a court system and official public punishments, and we get our reckoning. But it's these 12, these acts, and I guess other ones like them as well, these are probably just examples, that slip under the radar and are beyond the scope of human courts. Only God knows. The secret things belong to God. And obviously we know them as well. So God is really acting here as our conscience. And that's it. When it comes to justice, it's such an important distinction to remember that even those crimes which we may get away with, which will not damage our reputation, they still count. We will still need to atone for them this Yom Kippur. And while we won't receive an official sentence, we will be cursed. And what will that even look like? And also the Israelites agree to accept this curse as a consequence for these actions by saying amen to all of these. This is an agreed upon social code that we have said, this is not okay. Even though we can't police you at home, it's still not okay. And a curse is something that's not measurable. You know, it's not the repayment of a debt of a certain fine. It's about the divine light within you that gets dampened when you distance yourself from the grace of God, from blessing, because curse and blessing, they're opposites. And it makes us feel unworthy when we're cursed, and just icky if we do indeed have a conscience. And so, in this month of Elul, as we gear up for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, I think Rashbam's interpretation can help guide us to examine our deeds honestly and think, what am I doing in secret that I'm not proud of action, but nevertheless
And I'm not even quite sure if you all can hear me now that I don't see Rabbi Yarkin on there, but she's going to come back. I see. There you are.
I basically ended it anyway. My last thought was just How we behave when we are alone, even if we can kind of see each other over Zoom, is just as important as the stuff that we are known to do publicly, at least for us and for God. And with that, let's all publicly stand up and recite the Baraku. So that is on page 39A, and we will continue with our Shabbat services.
Yasher Kodesh. I always love to hear what you have to say, and I'm interested in curses as well, but also I'll love to hear the various commentators and their take on things. So thank you very much for that. Did you say 39A? I think you did say 39A.
I did indeed, page 39A.
All righty. Lie, 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 nine, 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 la, lie, 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 Baraku. Et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Leolam Va'ed. Lai 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 la lai 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 lai.
We can take a seat as we continue with our Ma'arif blessings.
Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo, El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam voed, Baruch ata Adonai, ha'ari v'aravi.
Amen.
Nahavat olam beit Yisrael m'chahavta.
We're continuing on page 40, shortly to go into 41, and our good friend, the Shema. There's an evening mitzvah to say.
V'avatcha tasir mimenu li'olamim, Baruch ata Adonai,
Baruch Shema.
Amo Yisrael.
Amen.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha ve'shinantam levanecha ve'dibarta bam בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך והיה אם שמוע תשמעו את שלכם. Continuing on 42 with the second and third paragraphs of the Shema. משמיים על הארץ, ויאמר אדוני משה. והיה לכם לציצית. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת, ואמונה כל זאת וקיים עלינו, כי אדוני אלוהינו, וידלו אותו בנו.
We will shortly be on page 44 for our Micha Mocha prayer.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לכנו שירה בשמחה רבה ויאמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורא תהילות עושה פלא מלכותך ראו בניך בוקע ים לפני משה זה אלינו ויאמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם כי אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני
Baruch Shemo.
Ga'al Yisrael.
Amen. And thank you for including Shalom Alechem, a little reference there, because we didn't sing it this beginning of the service. We did Yedid Nefesh, and it doesn't quite feel like Shabbat if you don't also hear Shalom Alechem. So Yeshikor for a great tune choice. Continuing our lovely tune choice, we have Hashkivenu by Matt Check, I believe. Yes, love this one.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom Leshalom 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 Stand us up Adonai You'll spread your wings upon us all Give us peace and keep us safe. Lishalom, lishalom, lishalom. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu lishalom, lishalom. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu lishalom, lishalom. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Leshalom, leshalom, leshalom. Hashkivenu Shalom Ashivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom. And the dogs are barking because there's a dog walking outside. So of course, I could say they wanted to sing along with me, but that wouldn't really be the truth. Ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha, Baruch ata Adonai, hapore sukat shalom aleinu, v'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim.
Amen. We continue on page 46 with Vishamru.
Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Shabbos la'asod et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asod et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti leolam, oti leolam, oti leolam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, bayom hashvi'i, veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah.
Amen.
Yamlich malchutei b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael. Bagala bagala uvizman kariv ve'imeru.
Amen. Yeheshmei Rabba Mevorach, Li'olam Lo Me'almaya, Yitbarach.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitramam v'yitnasei v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shemei dekudesha
Brihu.
ve'ye'ela min kol berachata v'shirata ushbechata v'nechemata damiran bi'alema ve'imeru.
Amen. It is silent personal Amidah time for Ma'ariv. I'm on page 47. It goes on until 52. Pick the language that speaks to you, or read the reflections around the sides of the prayer, or just take a few moments for some silent reflection, some praying from your heart, the things you need to reflect upon, to ask for, to feel hopeful for, and then sit down when you are done. But 47 for those who want to follow along in the Siddur.
Ose shalom bimromav, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, Amen. Ose shalom bimromav, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, Yitkara v'yitkara shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ve'alma divrach yirutei v'yam lichmachutei v'chayechonu v'yachonu v'chaydocha beit Yisrael ba'agala v'isman kariv imeru.
Amen. Yeheshemei Rabba Mevorach Liolam Ulomei Almaya Yitbarach.
Yitbarach v'ishtabach v'yitpor v'yitruma v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitalel shmei dekudesha.
Brichu.
Amen.
Amen.
תתקבל צלוטון ובאתון דכל ישראל קודם ובואו נשמע ויתנו. אמן.
Amen.
יהי שלום רב מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו.
Amen.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ויאמרו. Amen. I know you're trying really hard to harmonize over Zoom, but it just doesn't work.
I know. From Kaddish to Kiddush, I have my wine glass ready. I'm wondering if the Marvins have a wine glass ready as well. Nathan, are you with us? Yay! Hello. Hello. So we are going to turn to page 55 in our Siddur. And in your own time, my wonderful bar mitzvah boy, if you'd like to come a little closer and lead us in Kiddush. And thank you in advance for blessing the wine or the grape juice. I hope you have grape juice because you're 13, you're legal in terms of Jewish law, but not yet for the drinking age.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam boreh peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bacha banu asher קידשנו במצוותיו לרצה בנו לשבת קודשו לאהבה וברצון יכננו זיכרון למעשה בראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקרא קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת לכל העמים בשבת קודשך ואהבה וברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Amen.
L'chaim. Click.
Yasher koach, Nathan.
Beautiful job, my sweetheart. Thank you so much for blessing our wine there. You did a beautiful job, and we'll get to continue to celebrate your bar mitzvah and have you lead us in prayer on Monday morning. So Yesha Koach, feel free to sit down now. You can obviously sing along for the rest of services, but you can also sigh of relief. You are done with leading. And just again, wow, big Shabbat Shalom to the Marvin family and to Daniel and Ronen, if you're around as well. We saw a glimpse of you earlier, but yay, we hope the whole family has a lot of simon and muzzle for this weekend. So we will continue at this time with our Alleluia Prayer, I believe, and then Achat Sha'alti, so page 56 for Alleluia L'Shabeach. We rise if we haven't risen.
ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל עמונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, ידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא אלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת, אין עוד, על כן נקווה לך אדוני אלוהינו רבי דיבר זכר אבינו, לתקן עולם המלכות שלנו בני נצר. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
We flip back now to Psalm 27, which is on, actually it's forward on page 59. This is for Elul. So Cantor Aronoff, take it away.
לדוד, אדוני אורי שמי מאירה, אדוני מעוז חיים ממי אבחר. 8 line down from the top is a beautiful line, Achat Sha'alti. Achat Sha'alti me'et Adonai, ota avakesh. Achat Sha'alti me'et Adonai, ota avakesh. Shifti beveit Yosefta. Ashira Bazara Laronai, Shamarana Kuli, Akrabachani, Vanani, Lahaman. Kiavivi, me Azavo, Nivarana Yosfeni, Lulehem Antilerot, Betuvarane Beretz Chaim, Kaveh Aladonai, Chazak V'yametz Libecha, V'kaveh Aladonai.
We turn back now to page 58 for Kaddish Yatom. I've posted on Facebook the names of all the yahrzeits that we have been made aware of that appear in the upcoming week. Please feel free to hold the names of any of these people in your heart, to add your own in the comments on Facebook if you choose, and together we will offer a Kaddish Yatom. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah. Amen. V'yalma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael v'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehesh Shmei Rabbah Muvarach Leolam Mulolmei Almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shmei Dekudsha Baraku Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran bi'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehesh Shlama Rabbah min Shamaya v'chayim aleinu bi'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh Shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh Shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Amen. May their memories be a blessing to us. We hold them in our hearts and miss them every day. And let us say one more time. Amen. Amen. Take a seat if you are standing, because we are so close to endgame. We just have a couple of announcements, and then we're going to sing a really special closing song that isn't Adon Olam or Yigdal, so stay tuned. I just want to, actually I'm going to pass this over to Cantor Aronoff, who's going to share details of the next big program, which is our Slichot service, and also remind us about the time for Minyan on Monday.
So, Slichot is amazingly, I can't believe it, a week from tomorrow night. Slichot is, if you need a reminder, the real official beginning of the high holiday season. I mean,
what the hell is going on?
The month of Elul, the whole month of Elul is the beginning of the high holiday season, but Slichot is the first official service that begins this period. And there are several parts of things that are familiar to you from Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur liturgy that appear in Slichot. It's traditionally a midnight service. For years, though, we've been doing it earlier than that. And what we're doing this year is something very special, since we cannot gather in person. We are gathering virtually with 3 other congregations. And so we are calling this our Valley-wide Slichot. We are gathering with Ramat Zion, with Shomrei Torah, and with Aliyah. And so you will see in that service people, the clergy of those of all 4 of our shuls participating together in this service. So it should be really very special and very nice. It is Saturday night. We begin at 7:30 with Havdalah and a little bit of learning with Rabbi Bernhard. And by 8 o'clock is the Slichot service, and it's about an hour. That's it. So information is forthcoming. The links and everything to connect are going to be or going to be up on our website. And I urge you to come and give this beautiful collaborative effort a try on Saturday night. And now, because Monday is Yontif, meaning a holiday, Labor Day, our usual 7:30 a.m. minyan is at 9 a.m., at which we will be celebrating Nathan Marvin's bar mitzvah. And so we are going to be live at Adat Ariel in the Lebeau Outdoor Chapel, just as we have been the last 2 Shabbat mornings for Benot Mitzvah. And so we will be there at 9 o'clock. So services are at 9. Tune in the way you usually do to Minyan or to any of our other services on the various platforms. That is Monday. So that covers Monday. That covers Slichot. That's probably enough for now. What do you think?
I'll give you one more little tidbit, which is tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. It's Tot Shabbat. The first Shabbat of the month is always Tot Shabbat, which I will be co-leading this year with Mora Zoe Goldberg, who is the JLC music teacher, and she's so excited to get to know our community. So if anyone out there has a Tot, or even if you just want a sing-song, fun, short and sweet experience, we're going to, the Zoom link is on the website and you can join us there. So feel free to check that out.
And otherwise, the Shabbat morning services are at 9:30 here, but here, however you do that. And our Darshanit tomorrow is Susan Porter. You see the advantage? She's in Alaska, but she can be our Darshanit. So that's tomorrow.
And that just basically leaves me to say one final thing, which is, again, a big Yesher Koach to Cantor Aronoff for a gorgeous selection of wonderful liturgical prayers there. Some of my favorite tunes tonight. And again, a big mazel tov to Nathan Marvin and the entire family and your friends too. We are so proud of you. We're so delighted to get to celebrate your bar mitzvah this long weekend. And we're going to just owe you some huge hugs. So stay tuned, and back over to Cantor Aronoff, who will sing us out. Shabbat Shalom to everyone. Thank you for tuning in, and we love you.
Page 61, Ki Eshmera Shabbat. It's one of the table songs, one of the Zmirot that we do on Shabbat. And it's really a lovely thing to observe the tradition of sitting around the Shabbat table and singing songs with each other. And there are very, very specific ones that have been handed down to us for centuries, medieval poems that have been set to music. And this is composed, this text was composed by Ibn Ezra, who lived like in the 1100s sometimes. He composed these words. So that's a long time ago. So here's the tune and here's how it goes. And it's an English transliteration on 61. So you have no excuse not to participate. It goes like this. Ki eshmera Shabbat el yishmereini. Ki eshmera Shabbat el yishmereini. Oti leyolemeyad beino ubeini. Oti leyolemeyad beino ubeini. Asur metzochefet asot derachim kami ledaber bo divrei tzerachim divrei sechorav divrei melachim egev toratel utechakemeni ki eshmera Shabbat el yishmereini ki eshmera Shabbat el yishmereini oti leyolemeyad beino ubeini oti leyolemeyad beino ubeini. Now here's something that my father used to do. Go to the last verse. Mechel melacha bo sofo leachlit al ken achabes bo libi kevori et palela el avrit v'shacharit musaf v'gam mincha hu ya'aneni lai 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 ki eshmera Shabbat el yishmereini ki eshmera Shabbat el yishmereini oti leyolemeyad beino ubeini oti leyolemeyad beino ubeini.
Shabbat Shalom. Tודה רבה.
Shabbat Shalom.